Today on I Like Autos Daily, we're going to get the boost under control. So as you saw from that mess of wires, I bought a used boost controller. Don't know whether that was a good idea yet, but we're going to install it today and we'll see how it goes. I think the first thing I'm going to do is pull my old boost controller out. It's just one that I made out of some plumbing fittings. And then I'm going to read through the manual and see which vacuum line goes where on this thing. And then get all the vacuum lines done before I go on to trying to wire it up and mount the thing in the car. Well, the manuals are proving a little bit difficult to understand. So what I've got here, I've got the controller just hooked up directly to the battery. Everything's kind of spread out everywhere. And now this controller has 3 ports on it. It's got one that's got a B on it, an I, and an O. So take the airline. I've got boost pressure going in the B line, and I can see it's reading on the controller, but I'm not getting any air out of either of these ones. So that'll be what this thing is using as a boost reference, but that's it. It's not doing anything else. Now if I blow in this line, with no pressure in the system, I can't blow through it. But as I put pressure in, it gets easier to do. So this is going to be what it takes for a wastegate pressure. That'll be the I for in, B for boost reference, and O for out. That'll be what goes to your wastegate. Which is a little weird. I don't know why they decided to use 2 pressure lines rather than just having one read the pressure and actuate the wastegate. It would have been probably a little bit more simple to do, but now I figured it out. So I'm gonna have to find another port for the wastegate pressure. I'm going to use the stock actuator line for the boost reference, because that's going over there somewhere. And then I just got to run one from the O, from the controller to the wastegate. So I just found a bolt there that wasn't used in the fender, mounted the controller there, and then I've run the stock pressure line into the B, and then I've got the O going directly to the wastegate there. Now all I have to do is find another pressure port and run the wastegate pressure to the controller, and then the vacuum part of things is done. I think what I'm going to do for that last line is I'm just going to tee into where I've got my boost gauge currently. I'm probably going to get rid of the boost gauge once this thing is all working anyways, but it's nice to have just to make sure that everything's reading right and I don't go sky high with the boost and blow the thing up. So that means I've got to go get another tee quick. Unfortunately, you guys have to stay here because I want to ride my bike. Well, my quick go-get-a-tea turned into about an hour-long motorcycle ride, but I'm back, and I've got some vacuum line and a tea. Now all I'm going to do is run a line from the intake manifold straight over to the controller over here. Now I get to sort that out. Actually, it's not going to be that difficult. With the HKS controller that I got, it's just plug and go. Basically, all you got to do, mount the thing, plug the stuff in where it needs to go, and then power and ground right there. Right now I'm just trying to find somewhere to run the main cord through the firewall. So I've just taken the rain tray off. I'm looking over here and I saw a rubber bung here that wasn't being used. So my issue now is that I've got to try and poke a hole through the firewall insulation there, which is actually pretty tough stuff. It's like a neoprene rubber almost. So I'm gonna try and get maybe a drill bit in there or something to drill a hole through the insulation and then ram the plug through it. Yeah. Man, that's tough stuff. But now I've got a hole through it, and then I've run a piece of welding rod through there. So now I'm going to go into the car. And I've taken the glove box out, but you can see I've got my welding rod coming through there. I'm just going to tape my connector onto the end of it, and then pull the thing through the firewall and hope I don't break any wires. Nope. Hang on, let's try that again. I've embiggened the hole slightly. Come on. Come on. Don't let go. Balls! Okay, third time's the charm. Yeah, there we go. Now that I've got the wires in the car, I need to find a keyed power and a ground, which is probably going to be over on the other side near the fuse box. So I've got the wire that I pulled through the firewall coming behind the stereo, running over this way. I've just plugged that into the HKS harness that goes to the main controller box. And then there's also that little power pigtail that I showed you, that plugs right into the harness as well for the controller box. And then the only thing that I really needed to do was I took the red wire and I spliced it into the keyed power wire that I've got for my water methanol system. If you don't know what that is, go check out my previous video. So there's keyed power there going to the red wire. And then I've just taken the black wire up to the fuse panel, grounded it right there. And that's about it. Now, when I turn the key on, you can see that. starts up, and I got a boost gauge and all my stuff's there. So cool. That is done. Now I just gotta clean all this up and permanently mount that. I think I'm just gonna hang the wires out of the dashboard rather than drilling holes in things, and then double-sided tape it to the dash. Alright, last thing to do, I got a piece of 3M double-sided tape on there, and I'm just gonna stick it to my dash with one hand. It's kind of difficult. Perfect. Voila! So the max on that one was 18.5. I had it set to 17.5, which is pretty good. 1 psi off. I've just set it down to as low as it'll go right now, so I think it's 14 psi. So we'll see what that does. I've got the MAF unplugged right now, obviously, because I never got that problem fixed. But super low boost should be fine. Well, there you have it. Another electrical fire hazard brought to you by me. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.